COVID issues, so had some changes in the schedule, but here we are, Colgate and Army tapping it up at Cotterell Court.
And Keith Higgins Jr., the Patriot League Rookie of the Week, while controlling the basketball, the Player of the Week, Jalen Rucker, a quick shot by Army off the mark.
Three-point ball is not really their forte, but trying to score quickly, that is. They will want to get up and down with as much speed as they can here tonight, and Colgate likes to run too, so they're happy to do it.
And they will certainly chuck up the three, most notably Rucker, 114 attempts this season. Good ball movement, Tucker Richardson over to Cummings with a jab step. Puts up the three, rims out, and he shoots the three at an efficient level, Jeff. 47%, that's third best in the Patriot League. Here's the fadeaway by Caldwell off the mark. Here comes Colgate in the other end. Richardson reverse layup, good outlet pass. Richardson can't get it to go.
Tucker got out in front, and I think Jack was a little bit late in recognizing how much space he had, and the pass got there a little bit late, so unable to finish it off was Richardson when he caught it underneath the basket.
Some bad luck on the road for Duhart. Perfect form. Looked like his shot from the free throw line extended left area. Halfway down. Here's the three by Ferguson. No good. As Jeff mentioned, Jack Ferguson 7 points away from 1,000 for his career, seeking to become the 37th Raider to attain that honor. Turnover by Army West Point, and certainly a feeling out period in the first minute and 22 seconds.
Like I said, both these teams like to get up and down the floor. They just haven't been able to convert. Both of them 0 for 3 from the field to start.
Want to thank Jay Lehman, Yuri Amir, and many others for the behind-the-scenes work of this ESPN Plus broadcast. Glad to be back on this lake effect snow night. Nellie Cummings with a fadeaway, in and out. And
a little perplexed after that miss.
There's nothing falling here for both sides. Here is Rucker with a hesitation dribble. Three ball on the way. That is off by Chris Mann. Mann now 4 out of 19 from Tripletown. Nellie Cummings tries to dribble in between a double team. Leaves it for Moffitt, but left it a little long, Jeff.
Well,
out of play, yet another turnover.
Each team has one turnover. Each team is 0 for 4 from the field. Each team is 0 for 2 from behind the three-point line. A little bit ugly here to get things started between Colgate and Army tonight.
Notice Tucker Richardson wearing a wrap around his left hand, Jeff, wrist area, and then wrapped around his thumb on the left hand. As you pointed out, non-shooting hand.
Yeah, you know.
I believe that's new. Duhart swings it around, drives baseline. Bounce pass, rolls out of play. Last touch by Army. First substitution into the game, and that's going to be Matt Dove. And you said that it's kind of an interchangeable spot between Dove and Peterson. Both play that 5 spot pretty well for the Black Knights.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, Peterson plays a few more minutes, about 24 minutes per game compared to 13 and a half for Dove. Peterson scores a little bit more, but both are very similar in the way they attack the 10.
And you gain an inch. 6'9" is out. 6'10" is in. Moffitt open for three. Splashes off the back. No good. Rucker gallops past the timeline. He'll scatter to the left. Kicks it to Duhart. Duhart to Dove. Dove will set the screen for Duhart. Here's Rucker. Accelerate. Pass back. Two-man. Man thinks about another three. Now defers. Now he'll set a corner screen. Triple drive by Caldwell. Duhart for three, and he nails it. First points of the game. 3 minutes plus, and Duhart finally delivers.
That was the most deliberate half-court set we've seen out of Army, and it finally translates into points.
13th triple for the senior guard from Richmond, Virginia. Moffitt will drive against fellow number 4 man. The up and under move, and Moffitt gets it to go. First bucket for Colgate. About 3:40 into the contest, 3-2, Army West Point.
Creative move that time. You've got Duhart and Moffitt, the two players who've scored so far. They're probably each team's third or fourth option.
Duhart in trouble, bounces into no one in particular. Ferguson 2-on-1 to Richardson. Count it. Great transition basketball by the Raiders. Colgate has their first lead.
Nice job by Jack. He draws the defense and then just dishes it off, allows Tucker, who is trailing on the play, to get the easy deuce.
Richardson on a bit of a hot streak, Jeff, leading the team in the points column the last 3, I believe.
You are correct.
Over 20 plus the last 2. Good defense by Moffitt, forcing man into an angle he didn't like. Ferguson for 3, spot up left wing. Too long, and here comes Army West Point down by 1.
Nice quick look that time. That was Tucker, and now Tucker. Army 25% for Colgate. Those numbers will change drastically when we get our next stat sheet, I can promise you that.
Army West Point 3-0 in the Patriot League, and due to some cancellations, Colgate 0-1 in conference competition. Jeff Woodward, his first action of the night. He'll set a screen for Tucker Richardson.
Got a couple of starts during some of the injury periods here for the Raiders. It's an interesting lineup with Woodward and Records on the floor at the same time.
Oliver Lynch Daniels, great to see him back. He tries to beat the shot clock. He does. Can't get it to fall, though. And Army West Point, as you mentioned, Jeff, as soon as they get the rebound, they're looking to run.
I mean, the thing about the Army team is they have a number of interchangeable parts that they will bring into the front court. The back court stays fairly consistent with Caldwell and Rucker.
Dove, the up and under, blocked by Woodward. Army gets it back. A lot of contact there, no whistle as the Caldwell brothers in the game, Josh and Isaiah.
Yeah, I like Isaiah's game. Very athletic, very active, high flyer. He brings a lot of energy in off the bench for the Army club.
He flew into the Methacton Monster that time around, and he didn't like the end result. Oliver Lynch Daniels with a 3-ball. No good, Jeff, coming the other way.
Been more than a month since Oliver Lynch Daniels played. Actually, about a month. Missed the last 3 games. Last played on December 12th. So maybe take a little time to shake the rust off, although he looks very active out there, particularly on the defensive end.
Diagonal pass from Josh Caldwell to Dove. Now Isaiah Caldwell has it. He'll feed Dove. Dove walks into open space.
Yeah,
nice spin move pass. Woodward, no help defense. Easy deuce for Army.
Dove and Peterson both. That's the kind of play you're going to get out of the bigs from Army.
Oliver Lynch Daniels tries to hold the pivot foot, cannot travel. Sam Thompson into the game, and 4 new entries in for Army West Point. Duhart re-enters.
Yeah, and this is how Army can get to you. I mean, they can get up and down the floor. They have the players to do so. Take a break, get a quick breather, get right back out there.
Peterson back in there. I think the only person that we haven't seen so far that is out there, Jeff, is TJ Small, talented freshman guard from Kenner, Louisiana. 3-ball, count it, 4-man. All of a sudden, 8-4 Army West Point.
Army's hit a couple of threes. Colgate has not hit one. They are 0 for 5. Colgate hits a little more than 10 per ball game from that category.
Woodward will slam it on the deck with the right hand, switch to the left.
It's good defense by Peterson.
Thompson able to roll off the screen. Cummings can't find him. Good defense by Army. Now only 5 on the shot clock. Woodward isolation against man. Puts it up with 1 on the shot clock. Finds the bomb of the net. And Woodward has his first bucket. Colgate within 2.
You see the differences in style between the centers, though. Woodward, methodical, works with the back to the basket. Peterson and Dove, they like to high fly and be active in the lane.
Nice fadeaway by Josh Caldwell in the foul circle, back to a 4-point Black Knights edge. Pass a little high for Woodward, which is saying a lot. Here's Army West Point running and scoring. Duhart putting the Black Knights up by 6, biggest lead of the game.
I mean, Aaron Duhart is not the biggest scorer on this team, but he can be. That's the thing. He put up 20 points against Bucknell, has the ability to do that.
The tip in by Thompson after the missed 3 by OLD, and the Raiders pull within 4.
I know you've got Josh Caldwell and Jalen Rucker. They get a lot of the headlines. They're the backcourt duo that does most of the scoring, but look at Duhart. He's playing a great basketball tonight. Great feed that time.
Navigates his way in, physical dribble in the land of giants, finds a wide open man, and man, I believe with the last 5 points for Army West Point.
Man has 5, Duhart has 5.
That ball off the leg of Oliver Lynch Daniels. Deep 3, Tucker Richardson finds the bomb of the net. Tucker tickles the twine, and the Raiders within 3.
Tucker Richardson started out the season a little rocky from distance, but his three-point shooting has improved as the season has gone along, now shooting 32% from distance.
3-ball by Mann. Boy, he had a hand in his face, didn't matter, and this is a kid only at 4 threes coming into tonight, Jeff. Already has a couple. Diagonal pass from Cummings to Oliver Lynch-Daniels. Here's a corner 3 from Tucker Richardson, no good.
Army now shooting 50% from the field. Raiders a little bit better at 33.3, but still not up to their standards.
Yeah, overall the Raiders 5 out of 15 from the floor, only 1 out of 8 from Tripletown. The only 3 knocked in by Tucker Richardson to pull Colgate within 14-11. That was before another Army West Point 3. Good ball movement on the perimeter. Nolan Ness out there for the first time, a freshman forward from Laguna Beach, California. Impressive handles by Rucker, puts it up, baseline J, no good. Ferguson with a rebound. Oliver Lynch-Daniels wide open right wing 3, off to the right, no good. Battered around, Records with a putback, and it falls off the rim. Foul on the rebound action against Keegan Records.
Yeah, surprising there. You said it was a wide open 3, though. There was some late defense
late hand.
that may have been just enough to bother Oliver Lynch-Daniels on that 3-point attempt.
It's been that kind of season for Keegan Records. Still shooting 54% from the floor, but those type of easy baskets that he's collected on early on in his Colgate career, just not finding the luck here in the early stages of this season, Jeff. That last one rattling out.
Sometimes you wonder if he's trying to play with a little too much finesse inside. You're a big guy. Go right up there, power through.
Pass ahead, Tucker Richardson. His layup attempt spins out a little too much English. Keegan Records heeding your advice, crashing the boards, pointed up strong, and his reward, a trip to the foul line where he has struggled so far this season, Jeff, 51%. From the charity.
Well, there may have been a little bit of question on the whistle prior that went against him, so maybe this is, give him this one on the 50-50 ball.
That goes against Isaiah Caldwell. Caldwell for Caldwell, Jeff. Josh for Isaiah. And Duhart replacing TJ Small.
Josh, the senior, he was the Patriot League Defensive Player of the Year a season ago. And Rucker, you talk about a guy who's really grown up. He was on the all-rookie team last year, averaged 9.6 points per ball game.
Lane violation.
And now averaging 16.1 points per ball game here in his sophomore year. So a big leap for Jalen Rucker. He has really taken over a lot of the scoring load for this team.
Records missing both, but will get another chance, and keeping true to his 51% free throw percentage. It goes down as 1 out of 2, Jeff.
Yeah, that second one didn't count. That one didn't happen, right?
Duhart finds Ness.
You like the size, too, with Ness 6'8" coming in off the bench.
Blown defensive assignment by Colgate. Rucker was open in the corner.
The same player there fighting for the rebound, and it goes out off of Colgate.
So Army West Point will have another chance to attack the 10. Moffett replacing Sam Thompson. Colgate dodging a bullet that time around.
Ellie Cummings has been on the bench for an extended period of time for Coach Langle.
Near steal by Colgate. Caldwell elevates, can't hit from the baseline. Richardson floats it ahead to Oliver Lynch-Daniels.
A foul on Duhart.
As soon as you say that, Jeff, look who's back in the game.
Yeah.
Nellie Cummings. And for Army West Point, it's two starting post players re-entering, Charlie Peterson and Chris Mann. There's no foul situation to speak of so far for either squad. Duhart picking up his first. 3 total fouls against the Black Knights, 2 against the Raiders.
Nelly hasn't scored. You got a three-point shooting heavy lineup out there on the floor for the Raiders.
Nice pass down low by Ferguson. Moffett maybe taking a little too much time that particular occasion. Deep 3 by Rucker, no good. Peterson tries to keep it alive. They're going to call records.
Yeah,
On a hold, Records pleading his case. Second personal against Keegan Records. Woodward quickly into the lineup.
Didn't look like a lot of contact there, and Keegan certainly didn't get his money's worth on that whistle. I'll say that much as he goes to the bench, and we probably seen the last of him for this first half. Woodward and Thompson going to have to handle the duties down low for Coach Langle.
Got his money's worth pleading his case, Jeff.
Well, if you're a defense attorney, that's one thing, but when you're a big man, that's not really going to cut it, is it?
Nice move to get to the foul circle, creating some space, and dropping in the jumper is Josh Caldwell, pushing the Army West Point lead to 7, 19-12.
Well, he had a couple of lead changes early on, but Army has been in control here for a while. Colgate 0 for their last 5 from the field, have not scored a field goal in over 3 minutes.
Woodward almost got the pass to Moffitt, stolen away at the last second. Duhart running up the center of the floor. Layup's good by Peterson. Coach Langle encouraging Cummings to press the tempo.
Yeah, but look how he pressed the tempo against Army right now. I don't know if that's how they're playing right into the Army playbook. You look at how Peterson runs the floor and gets ahead of the pack.
Cummings up and under, can't get it to go. All gold and black of Army West Point right now. High dribble by Rucker, able to push it to Duhart before losing control. Man thinks about a 3, instead spin dribble.
Distance just 25% from the floor, and Raiders need to figure out a way to get something going. Cummings, Ferguson, Oliver Lynch, Daniels, a combined 0 for 9 from the field. The only points from starters, a couple from Moffitt and 5 from Tucker Richardson. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ledger, 8 points for Chris Mann to lead the scoring for the Black Knights, and their shooting has improved as the night has gone along. 3 for 7 from distance, 9 for 20 from the field.
65% free throw shooter, hits the first, misses the second. First double-digit lead of the game for Army West Point, 22-12. Jeff Woodward, nice backdoor pass to Ferguson, kicks it out. Oliver Lynch Daniels delivers the 3 and maybe signals that to the Black Knights bench.
He did give a little bit of look to the bench as he knocked that one down. Nice extra pass by Ferguson. He could have taken it for 2, but why take 2 when you can get 3?
Mild-manner OLD. Let's see if that fires up the Raiders. They need that energy right now to snap the losing streak and earn their first Patriot League win. A near steal. Army West Point maintains possession. Almost lost by Zach Lazanik into the game first time. Mann had to force it up as the shot clock was about to expire. Ferguson saves it to Oliver Lynch Daniels. Got to meet the parents of Oliver Lynch Daniels before the game. Very nice people, as is, of course, OLD. Right wing 3, Jack Ferguson. Ferguson with the feels, and just like that, Colgate within 4, 22-18.
I'll tell you, that media timeout came at a perfect time for the Raiders. They get back-to-back threes. They've got one stop sandwiched in between. All of a sudden, Colgate nipping and tucking at the Black Knights' heels.
Rucker throws it to Caldwell. If you need a score, then certainly one of those 2 options. And boy, after you get a couple of buckets, a ticky-tack foul, little collision between Caldwell and Oliver Lynch Daniels, certainly something you see all the time. If the whistle was to blow every single time you see that, everybody would foul out before halftime, Jeff.
Well, as I said, coming out of the break, Ferguson, Lynch Daniels, Cummings, none of them had scored. 2 of the 3 now have 3-point baskets on the first 2 possessions coming out of the break.
First foul for Oliver Lynch Daniels. Nice bounce pass from Duhart. Peterson can't get to fall. Spills off the rim after it looked like a feathery touch with the right hand. Cummings double teamed. Swirls it to Oliver Lynch Daniels. Here's Ferguson, and he is fouled on his way to the baseline. Josh Caldwell, I believe the guilty party. Indeed, he is.
Well, he is the defending Patriot League Defensive Player of the Year, but that time a little too strong with the defense, trying to force Ferguson out of bounds, and in doing so draws the foul. It's his first.
Well, we have talked a lot about the 3-time Patriot League Coach of the Year and Matt Langle. Looks like Army West Point certainly headed in the right direction with Jimmy Allen, Jeff, his 12th season, 173 wins for the Black Knights. He is barking out the defensive play call right now, and it worked, Jeff. Turnover, Colgate. Tucker Richardson back into the Raiders lineup.
Well, Coach Allen spent time as an assistant at Army and also at Navy, and now the head man. He's been the head man here for a couple of seasons and doing a nice job, obviously. Two of the guys who went through some battles. Last year, these two teams played 4 times because of the way the Patriot League was set up into divisions. Colgate won 3 of those meetings.
Duhart misses the hook, and I read Allen's overall record. His wins at West Point, Jeff, 75 in his 6th season, 75 and 86. Jack Ferguson will bounce it to Moffitt. One-on-one against TJ Small, puts up no good. Peterson emerges with the rock to Duhart. Duhart looks for a trailer. Now he'll throw it down to Peterson, swiped away by Woodward. Cummings comes up with it. Back to the trailer, Ferguson. Ferguson to Richardson. Nice touch pass to Cummings, but Duhart closes quickly. Colgate in their half-court set. Cummings throws it away. Caldwell quickly on the other end, puts it off glass, initiates contact. He'll go to the free throw line. Jalen Rucker and Matt Dove will come back into the Army West Point lineup.
A little bit of a scoring drought right now for Army. It's been a little bit of a game of streaks here. Army's gone 3 minutes without any points.
Well, with all that the Columbia, South Carolina senior does well, Jeff. Does not shoot the free throw well. Could have fooled me there, though. Statistically speaking, though, only 51%. Dove and Rucker in. Peterson, Duhart out. Jimmy Allen going over some of the finer points of basketball with Duhart right now.
Well, this Army roster is deep.
Both free throws by Caldwell. I do have that statistic right, Jeff?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Actually, I had him at 52%, but I round up because I'm generous like that.
The way he looked form-wise and the way those went down, hard to believe. He's only a 52% free throw shooter.
There you go.
24-18, Army West Point. Cummings he's had to earn everything tonight. Swarmed under once again. Richardson with a drive, blocking foul. Called against Dove.
They can do out of this break if Colgate can continue to try and chip away, although trailing by 6 right now.
Richardson, the leading scorer for the Raiders. He's at the free throw line. He currently has 5 points. Misses that free throw. Colgate only 1 out of 3 from the charity stripe. Army West Point 3 out of 4. Now make it 1 out of 4 from the free throw line.
Oh, you got a 52% free throw shooter for Army, knocks them both down. You've got a 71% free throw shooter for Colgate, misses them both. It's one of those kind of nights.
3 ball by Small, no good on the left wing.
Immediately when Cummings comes up the floor with the ball, you see Peterson pointing him out, here, calling the defense. He's got 5 stars next to him on the scouting report, and Army has been all over Nelly here tonight.
3rd top scorer in the Patriot League, swarmed under every time he touches the basketball, as you said, Jeff.
You watch. Single coverage now, but the double will come pretty quickly on him.
Cummings moves to the right, 2 on the shot clock, off glass and in. And one of the few times he's left alone, Jeff, dribbles into space and scores.
Had to get a little creative with the drive, but the first points of the night for Colgate's leading scorer.
The Midland marksman puts Colgate within 4, 24-20. Josh Caldwell hangs, can't hit. Richardson with the rebound. Richardson swerving his way to the top of the key, throws it to Moffitt. Moffitt open instead. He runs to the right low block. Richardson open for 3. Tucker tickles the twine. Points to Ryan Moffitt saying thank you for the assist. And just like that, it's a 1-point game at Cotterell Court in Hamilton.
There are certain spots on the floor that you cannot leave Colgate shooters open at, and the top of the key is one of them. They are all deadly from that position.
TJ Small gets rivet to Rucker. Nearing the 2-minute mark. Cummings with a near steal. Army West Point maintains possession. Peterson had a good look, a little too strong with the right hand. And Colgate can take the lead, Jeff. We had a couple of early point reversals. but it's been a long time Army West Point is led by double digits. Cummings falls to the deck. The ball is loose. Small has it under his posterior, if you will, and somehow Ferguson ties him up. I think Ferguson grabbed the foot before he could finally get his hand on the basketball. Flashes a little smile. That was definitely one of the weirder jump ball situations, but Jack Ferguson, on a night where he could get 1,000, getting down and dirty to make sure that Colgate gets the possession back. Cummings for three. Nelly nails it, and the Raiders have the lead, 26-24.
Well, the three ball wasn't falling early on, but now it is for the Raiders. 8-0 run over the last 90 seconds have pushed Colgate out in front.
Rucker trying to shake and bake against Nelly.
Cross at Lehigh. Boston University is at American, and Navy visits Lafayette. As we take a look at some of the highlights, there's Nelly Cummings for his first points of the night, flashing into open space. And then, oh, how about this one from Nelly? The three ball goes, and with that, Colgate on top, 26-24.
Quite a comeback by the Raiders in the late stages of the first half. Let's see if they can maintain that, though. Still plenty to play.
Yeah, Army has struggled all of a sudden from the field, 0 for their last 6.
Army West Point looking to stay perfect. The front runners in the early stages of the Patriot League. Rucker misses the three. Peterson times the jump perfectly. Offensive rebound, spinning, looking, and finally finds Duhart.
Nice job by Woodward that time, not allowing Peterson a path to the basket.
Tapped away by Ferguson. Ferguson one-on-one against Rucker, puts it up and spins it in.
Jack looked over to the official. I think he was hoping to maybe get an and one. 5 points now for Ferguson on the night. 2
points away from the magical 1,000-point plateau. 28-24, Rucker another three. That one rams home. Cummings with a hand in his face. It was deep, didn't it, Matt? Right?
Yeah, a little bit maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
13-second differential.
You got your user to lose a timeout. You might as well take it at this point. It seemed like a good opportunity. A little bit of pressure, just enough by Army to disrupt the play coming up the floor.
Here goes Cummings to Woodward. Woodward in trouble, hounded by Peterson. 12 to go on the shot clock.
So much for the 2-for-1 thought.
In the first half. Now 6 on the shot clock. Cummings tries to find Woodward. Perfect. Pinpoint pass.
Is that really how he intended that ball? It looked great. Nice assist there. Highlight reel stuff from Nelly Cummings to Woodward.
Deep three. Rucker, no good. Clinks off the side rim. Moffitt tracks down the rebound. I don't know if that was an attempt.
Colgate did win the 2 meetings down at Crystal Arena when they went to West Point.
Hard to believe, but only the 5th game for Colgate here, Jeff. They're 3-1 here at Cotterell Court. Their only loss to Niagara, 70-59.
It's been a month since we were able to see the Colgate men in person here.
Nice drawn-up play. Duhart down low to Mann, and Mann had the hot hand in the first half, Jeff.
Hit a couple of threes in the first half, and now gets things going here in the second. First double-digit scorer of the night on either team.
And that puts Army West Point within 130-29. Moffitt to Keegan Records. Records never really able to get on track in the first half. Case in point, 2 personal fouls. He throws it away. Duhart ahead to Caldwell, and just like that, Army West Point has the lead, Jeff.
And this is what we saw from Army. When they were going good in the first half, they were getting up and down the floor, scoring in transition. They kind of got pushed into some half-court sets for a while off the Colgate makes. Colgate was able to hold them a little bit defensively, but when they are able to run, boy, that's Army's forte.
Moffitt down low to Records. Records can't get it to go, but was fouled, and you see the frustration on Records' face. Things just not falling so far this year, Jeff. Chris Mann, his season-high 12 in that blowout loss to South Carolina. Their last loss, Jeff, his career-high 16 against the Merchant Marine in 2019. So Mann has that within his sights. Records misses another free throw. That has to be a point of concern for Coach Langle. As a team, Colgate 1 out of 5. Raiders trail by 1.
And neither team has had a lot of opportunities at the line.
Records would have been shooting his 6th free throw because it looked like another lane violation. And Keegan doesn't seem extra deliberate to me. Maybe it's something he does, but he's good at inducing the lane violations. Duhart kept dribbling towards the basket. No one came out on him. He puts up the floater, misses it. Game tied at 31. Richardson for three, no good. Moffitt never gives up on a play. Nelly nails the three, left wing. Touches the hardwood for extra measure, 34-31 Colgate.
As Coach Langle has called those before, that's a dagger three when you miss a shot but get a second opportunity and you knock it home, and that's exactly what Nelly Cummings does. His second three of the night, 8 points on the evening for the senior.
Give credit to Moffitt there with his hustle, giving Nelly the opportunity to knock that one in. Man fakes the three, drives, and finds Peterson. Peterson a little too long on his delivery. Once again, he's had a couple of point-blank looks, unable to deliver. Jack Ferguson straight away three. Ferguson with the feels. Jack is happy, and why not? That is .1000 for Jack in his career. To be specific, Jeff, 1,001. The 1,000-point plateau has been reached for number 13.
It makes total sense that Ferguson would do it on a three because that's been his specialty throughout his career, wearing number 13. So Jack Ferguson, welcome to the 1,000-point club at Colgate.
The only person not impressed, Josh Caldwell. He delivers a jumper on the other end to bring Army within two. And I love Moffitt's feistiness. Misses, puts it right back. He might not be the prettiest player in the world, Jeff, but boy, he is made up of grit, and he definitely is a valuable player for Coach Langle.
Well, Coach Langle has talked about how Ryan Moffitt's game has grown over the years. And he brings his lunch pail every time, always does all the extra things, the dirty work. You need somebody like that. And here he is feeding down low. And then Ferguson with the extra pass. Great look for Nelly, but Nelly unable to finish.
Ferguson with the offensive rebound. Nelly Cummings for three. The right wing offering no good. If he brought his lunchbox, I wonder if he has an extra dessert, Jeff. Maybe an extra chocolate chip cookie.
That's what you look for in the lunchbox, right?
Right? That's my first.
Forget about the carrot sticks or any of that kind of thing, right? Yeah, is there an extra cookie in there?
39-33. Are carrot sticks still a thing, Jeff?
Yeah, why not?
16:48 to play in the second half. Substitution in for Army West Point, and an early Nolan Ness sighting. I don't think we saw him this early in the first half.
Yeah, a little bit
we
later.
saw him in the first half, but not this early.
Brings good size.
Dribbling out of bounds, and from behind the makeup, Dove's a little bigger, but boy, Ness and Dove, they have similar makeup, similar frames, Jeff.
They do. No, look, there's no shortage of talent on Jimmy Allen's club. Coach Allen's really got some great size with Peterson, Dove, and Ness. You know, good players to build around in your front court.
The momentum right now with the maroon and white, but you have the feeling that this game is going to go back and forth till the very end, Jeff.
Well, these two teams played one of their contests last season where I think they had 17 lead changes.
Records, offensive rebound. Ferguson with the feels. Who cares that he's got 1,000 points? Score 1,000 points in his career. Raplis Ivanauskas. He did it in the Patriot League title game back in 2020, Jeff. He ended up with 1,004. Well, that's where Jack is at right now, so he'll eclipse that total. A block by Keegan Records. Team leading 24th rejection. And the Raiders romping and stomping right now.
Team leading, Patriot League leading as well.
Here is Tucker Richardson to Ryan Moffitt. Moffitt wide open, but he does not shoot the jumper.
What happened there?
Tucker Richardson instead leans in, puts it in with the right hand, and the Raiders have their first double-digit lead. Biggest lead of the game for either squad.
Army scored a couple of early buckets, but it's been all Colgate since in the second half here. A 14-2 run for the Raiders.
In the early stages of this season, Jeff, and that's hand Army West Point a Patriot League loss.
Well, coming into tonight, Army and Navy both at 3-0 on top in the Patriot League.
Army West Point outlasting Loyola Maryland in overtime, defeating Bucknell, and then taking care of the Mountain Hawks 77-55. Duhart puts up the right hand, kicks off. Rebounded by Oliver Lynch Daniels, forces it ahead to Jack Ferguson. Ferguson, the spark plug in the second half. The reason why, Colgate leading by 11. One of the reasons, but a major one at that. Down low to Woodward, a little too long. Cummings scrapping for it, gets it back. Moffitt, catch and shoot three, no good. Rebounded by Josh Caldwell.
Oliver Lynch-Daniels had his pick of who he wanted to throw that ball to. Both Ferguson and Moffitt were wide open for three-point attempts.
Caldwell in trouble, deflected by Jack Ferguson. And it will be Army West Point basketball. Duhart, quarter court three. On the Patriot League emblem. Gives it to Rucker. Rucker throws it to Peterson. Peterson almost travels. Spins, puts up with the right hand, rattled around. Army West Point can't buy a basket. It was almost tipped in by a Raider. I believe Army West Point will retain possession, Jeff.
Yeah, Woodward hit it last, knocked it out of bounds, battling for the loose ball rebound.
Peterson struggling so far tonight. I believe 1 out of 5. I'm not sure that last trip what he was credited for. 52% from the floor this season.
Well, Peterson's a good scorer. He just has struggled here tonight.
Good ball movement on the perimeter by the Black Knights. 10 on the shot clock. Nice fadeaway. Count it for Caldwell. He has 12.
Caldwell leads all scorers, and he has played good basketball, 5 of 8 from the floor. His running mate in the backcourt, Rucker, has struggled, but not so for Caldwell.
Still a boatload of time, Jeff. 13:43 to be exact. Colgate up by 9.
You got a couple of teams that like to score that are big scorers. Look at Woodward flash open.
Layup line for the big fella. He'll take advantage of that, Jeff. Kept dribbling until someone told him to stop. No one told him to stop.
I don't think that Army expected that move by Jeff Woodward, but it was a good-looking post maneuver, and now he gets the rebound, starts the drive the other way.
Man with a miss. Oliver Lynch-Daniels dribbles it off his left leg, gets it back to Woodward. Woodward underneath, and let's see what the call is.
Be a foul against Army. Woodward did a nice job, got his man up in the air and just bumped into him. Man got called for the personal.
Literally, it was man. He got man in the air.
Yes. Take a look at that drive by Woodward. There he is, flashing open. The defense from Peterson never came.
The 57% free throw shooter gets a little home loving from the rim as it flashes in. And that's something the Raiders can use, Jeff. Now 3 out of 7 from the charity stripe. They match Army West Point's total at the free throw line. That's because Army West Point only attempting 4 free throws so far.
Well, slightly better percentage anyway.
The Black Knights 3 out of 4. Woodward a little too long on that one.
The first shot he's missed of any kind here tonight. 3 for 3 from the floor, now 1 of 2 from the line. 5 rebounds to go along with his 7 points.
And that was rebound number 3 by Matt Dove. He'll shovel it to Rucker. Rucker to Matt Dove, and Matt Dove is fouled. Nice job by Matt Dove, even though it was an awkward fall, to prevent him from having a nasty spill in the first row of the bleachers there, Jeff. And Dove will step to the free throw line, where in his sophomore campaign, he's a 53% free throw shooter.
Second foul of the night on Oliver Lynch-Daniels.
Free throw's no good.
Lynch-Daniels has not played since December 12th, missed the last 3 games for the Raiders.
Records and Richardson also have 2 fouls. Dove misses both, and Woodward collects rebound number 6. Oliver Lynch-Daniels in no hurry to get past the timeline against TJ Small. Now he'll bounce it left side. Nice touch pass, Lynch-Daniels to the red-hot Jack Ferguson. Ferguson with the fields right in front of the Colgate bench. Jack can't miss, and the Raiders lead balloons to 15. Offensive foul, legal screen against Matt Dove. And this, I guess, is when Doves cry. No, Matt was pleading his case. I just couldn't let that line go by.
I don't know if Matt was pleading his case with the official or trying to explain it to his coach, Jimmy Allen, because Coach Allen was up off the bench with some words for his young sophomore.
Woodward splits the defense off glass, no good. Jeff trying to get it back.
through contact and drew a foul. That's on Dove. And it is.
After Army West Point clicking on all cylinders, Jeff, in that 77-point performance against Lehigh, really struggling right now. 35 points. They had 33, or they had 27 at the end of the first half.
They gave that foul to Rucker. It's his first. Dove has 3. He's back on the bench.
They called it a non-shooting foul, even though Woodward was underneath the basket. They said the big man was on his feet. Cummings loses it, gets it back. Oliver Lynch-Daniels thinks about the 3. Plenty of contact there, no whistle. Lynch-Daniels bounces it to Woodward. 3 on the shot clock. Thompson pushed from behind, no whistle. He didn't need it. He still finishes, Jeff, his first bucket of the night. Second. 4 points for him.
Second assist on the night, too, for Jeff Woodward, always showing that he is very capable as a big man passer.
Trying not to give credit to Sam for his second bucket of the night. He's a perfect 2 out.
Big difference in the second half. It's the 3-point ball. Colgate 4 for 9 from distance. Army 0 for 1.
And Ferguson needed 7 points. He has 14. There is some emotion from the Army West Point team.
Well, Peterson gets loose, gets the jam, and that's what he has done in the last few games for this team. He has not been able to really be effective on the offensive end here tonight, trying a little bit more finesse around the 10. Just go up big and strong like that, you're going to get a deuce.
Thompson misses his first shot of the night. Woodward with a shovel pass after the offensive rebound. Cummings for 3, no good. Here comes Army West Point down 15. And even though Peterson has struggled offensively, still 7 rebounds for him. Duhart to Peterson. Peterson has it blocked by Woodward. Woodward has credit for 3 blocks, Jeff. I thought Records got one of them, but right now Woodward has 3 rejections in his stat line. Cummings, hard dribble against Caldwell, throws it away in the corner looking for Ferguson. Tucker Richardson will check back in. Rucker coming in as well. Mann also back on the floor.
Woodward has played a few more minutes than Keegan Records has tonight. Part of that because Keegan Records got himself into foul trouble in the first half, but Woodward very effective. 18 minutes off the bench, 7 points, 3 of 5, and he's also got 9 rebounds, so knocking on the door of a double-double for the sophomore.
Army West Point still has plenty of time to work with. Certainly digging themselves a hole, Jeff, but they can score the basketball. Caldwell, corner 3, no good. Rebounded by fellow number 0, Nelly Cummings. Cummings, 2 straight turnovers. Threw it away to Caldwell. Fast break basketball. Rucker converts, assisted by Caldwell.
Well, Josh Caldwell and Jalen Rucker, they know how to run the floor. And look, that's how they're going to get back into this ball game. Get a few steals, quick buckets.
52-39, the Houston Baptist transfer. Oliver Lynch-Daniels bounces it to Woodward. Colgate women's basketball team in action against Navy Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. Woodward, diagonal pass, Oliver Lynch-Daniels, 6 on the shot clock. Low block. Thompson being pushed away from that block. Now he backs in against Mann. Nice move by the Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario native. Thompson has 6.
Well, I like to see him playing aggressive basketball. Sometimes it seems as if Thompson just sort of allows the game to come to him instead of taking on those defenders. That time, it shows a little aggression, shows that he has the ability to make some good offensive moves as Thompson and Woodward go to the bench, have given Coach Langle good minutes tonight.
Foul against Cummings.
Take a look here. Here's the fast break after the steal for Army.
Boy, tough to stop Caldwell Rucker if it's just them, Jeff, let alone the 2 of them. Almost impossible task. 54-39. Coach Allen looking to guide his team to a 4-0 Patriot League start. Cummings takes an inadvertent, I don't know if it was an elbow, a finger, or what to the face, but he definitely took something, and that will result in a foul call against Army West Point.
Chris Mann picks up the personal foul. It's his second on the night.
While Colgate is in unfamiliar territory, Jeff, they've been here before, but not in a little bit. Colgate starting 0-2 for the first time since 2013. That year they started 0-5, finished 6-12 in the Patriot League. They haven't lost 6 straight since 2016. So the Raiders looking to get back in the win column. Right now looking pretty good, but can they finish? Ferguson with a spin, lifts it up with the right hand, no good. Records tries to finish, he misses, and a foul against Peterson of Army West Point.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, Eric Keegan just having a hard time down low getting those shots to fall, but has drawn a few whistles. This one a non-shooting foul.
Richardson triggers into Moffitt. Richardson, nice pass to Records. Records, though, falling out of bounds. Ferguson for 3, no good. Rebounded by Small of the Black Knights. Small for 3, finds the bottom of the net, just like that, 54-42. One of the reasons Colgate has taken this lead, Jeff, at the end of the first half, they had 3 offensive rebounds. What do they have now? Is it in double digits?
Offensive rebounds for the Raiders is at 11. So, yeah.
So they have 8 in the second half. And here we are, 12 minutes to go. You just have the feeling that they've really been crashing the glass. Tucker tickles the twine. Big time 3 from Richardson. 57-42 Raiders.
Well, 13 second chance points for Colgate compared to 4 second chance points for Army. So, yeah, that certainly has helped pad this lead.
Richardson with 3 threes as Colgate has the ball, looking for more, up by 15. Richardson now, I believe, Jeff, 11 points away from 1,000.
Yeah, he needed 24 coming into tonight. He's at 13.
Moffitt misses, gets it back. Another offensive rebound, another score. The lead up to 17. Lead 59-42. Looks like they enjoy some home cooking, Jeff. They're glad to be back at Cotterell Court in Hamilton.
Well, just about at their average, 10.7 made threes per ball game. As along the baseline comes Jalen Rucker, not ready to give up yet.
7 points for Rucker. Rucker, the reigning Patriot League Player of the Week. Certainly, though, 7 points on 3 out of 10 shooting. That stat line right now has to make Coach Lango pretty pleased, I would think, from a defensive standpoint.
Yeah, well, Rutgers scored 20-plus points in all 3 of the Black Knights Patriot League games coming into tonight.
Ferguson attacking the rack, misses it. Records called for an over the back, and that will be number 3 against Keegan.
And I don't think Keegan has thought any one of those whistles was legit, but he's called for his 3rd personal. But going back to the point, though, Rucker with 7 points, he was obviously starred on the Colgate scout sheet, and Nelly Cummings certainly starred on the Army scout sheet. He's been held to 8 points, well below his season average on 3 of 9 shooting, and he also has 5 turnovers, a result of the tough Army defense that they've played on the Colgate senior.
Rucker yo-yoing his way in their Records. Well, hopefully he gets credit for that one, Jeff. That is a rejection by Records, 59-44 Colgate.
He did have one earlier, and here's you take a look at this replay here. Keegan doing a nice job backing into the defense. We didn't quite get to it because we're back at live action, and a missed shot for Army.
Rucker misses that one, and Caldwell is number 2 in scoring at 12.7 points per game, and he has picked up the slack with Rucker struggling a little bit as Caldwell right at his average, Jeff, 12 points. Bounce pass from Richardson to Records. Here's Oliver Lynch-Daniels swerving around, taking it to the rack, and I don't know if that was deflected or just an errant pass by OLD. Not sure what happened there. Army West Point looking to run. Dove, a little bit of indecision. Finally kicks it out. Small looking for her second 3. Can't get it to drop. Oliver Lynch-Daniels with a weak side rebound. 59-44 Colgate.
And you look at the calming presence, too, that OLD brings when he's at the point, slows things down when they need to, runs when they need to.
Here's Moffitt ducking under. Lunges it up there with the right hand. No good, but he will go to the free throw line.
Jack Ferguson tonight having the big night, going over 1,000 for his career with 14 points. He's also knocking on the door of a career high in rebounds. He's got 8. Has had 9 a couple of times.
So suffice to say, if he gets 2 more, Jeff, it would be his first career double-double.
Here we
Moffitt's
go.
first free throw goes in.
There's the block from Keegan Records. We think it's his second on the night.
Moffitt, a 70% free throw shooter. The Lancaster, Pennsylvania native gets both to drop. And the Raiders lead by 17, under 5:30 to go.
Army never gives up, you know that. But they've got some work to do if they want to get back in this contest.
Pass down low to Peterson. Record's trying to be aggressive, but he does have 3 fouls. Well, he doesn't really care. Grapples that one away, and now Richardson picks up the foul. Who was that? Caldwell, I believe. Josh going up with it. And that will send Josh Caldwell to the line. Woodward coming into the game a little anxious. Slides back. Puts a grin on his face after the official said, "Hold on, big fella. Not quite yet." Mike McCloskey, Michael Lucky, and Chris Slattery, the officiating crew tonight. The right-handed shot is no good by Caldwell. Now that resembles a little bit more, statistically speaking, of what Caldwell shot this season. 52% from the free throw line. He was 2 for 2. Now he missed his last one, makes that one, so still 3 out of 4 tonight. 61-45, baseball pass from Ferguson to Moffitt. And Jack Ferguson gaining on the assist as well.
It's one way to beat the press, right? Let Moffitt leak out and get ahead of the pack, and Ferguson delivers.
Is that 10 for Moffitt?
10 points.
63-45 Colgate.
10 points for Moffitt. You are correct.
Caldwell being physical, and a foul call down low against the Colgate Raiders. Well, we know Colgate has the talent, as that's the 17th foul. That will send the Black Knights to the line for a 1-and-1. Just a question of them being able to put it together, Jeff. Certainly tonight, they're taking a step towards that. I know there's still 4:53 to go.
Yeah, Colgate, look, they missed Nellie Cummings for a few games. Oliver Lynch-Daniels overlapped portions of that, missed a few games as well. They're not an incredibly deep team. I mean, the rotation really goes 8, occasionally 9. We'll see Nicholas Louis-Jacques, the freshman off the bench. He has not played here tonight, has 9 appearances on the season for Colgate, but they're not a deep team. And if they're going to have to get the 3-ball going, that's clearly part of their ball game. They've had that here tonight as Moffitt streaks in and is fouled as he leaps over the camera crew down there in the well.
Yeah, former Colgate women's hockey player, now does a great job on the Colgate staff. Shea Labby having a duck for cover. Ryan Moffitt, his first double-digit game with the Raiders, Jeff, since the December 9th affair with Pittsburgh, where he scored 11 in 33 minutes of play against the Panthers.
Another player who's having a good all-around night as he makes his first from the free throw line, 11 points. He's also got 5 rebounds and a couple of assists.
Might have been a trickle of blood on Jack, as one of the officials noted that. And now Leslie Cowan coming over.
Be a quick check of the rest of the Patriot League while we have a moment here. Loyola leading Bucknell 33-25. They've got 3:41 to play in the first. Lehigh up on Holy Cross 24-13, 4.5 to go in the first. And Boston leading American University 33-19. And finally, Navy, the other undefeated, along with Army coming into tonight's play. Navy up on Lafayette 32-23. They've got 3.5 left to go in the first half.
I knew you didn't have much time, Jeff. Leslie Counter, 14th season as an athletic trainer. You don't get better than Leslie, so she was very quick, very efficient on the Jack Ferguson patch-up. Moffitt continues to make his shots. 65-46 Colgate. Here's a dump down to Peterson. He puts it off glass and in, going to the line, trying for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Well, Nellie Cummings a little bit overmatched along the baseline going up against the much bigger Peterson. Cummings at 6 foot, Peterson at 6'9". He had the advantage and did draw the foul, has a chance for the 3-point play.
Here's the shot. Right-hand shot is no good. And Peterson with the miss. Ryan Moffitt throws in the corner, Nellie Cummings. Jeff Woodward has some good growth on the winter beard here, Jeff.
I like it.
Ryan Moffitt hurls it over his right shoulder, no good.
He was the subject of the in-break trivia question here a few moments ago, his favorite NFL team, and it was the Philadelphia Eagles. Being from Pennsylvania, I could see that.
Caldwell, off glass and in. Yeah, it was either between the Eagles or Steelers for me, and geographically speaking, I wasn't sure where Methacton was or Audubon, Pennsylvania was, as Woodward once again gets close. Not quite the layup line look he had earlier. There was a defensive presence, but Woodward still gets it to go. Rucker with a backdoor pass. Ferguson. You know, we haven't seen every single Colgate game up close and personal, but I would argue that Ferguson playing his best all-around game tonight, Jeff, this season. 67-50 Colgate, 3:29 left. We'll step aside. More after this, ESPN Plus. .329 left, 67-50 Colgate. What a night for Jack Ferguson, going over 1,000 points for his career. As we look at the baseball pass, Ferguson to Moffitt, touchdown. Well, almost, Jeff. It was a two-point basket. We were talking Philadelphia Eagles before, so why not keep the football theme going? There's Richardson to Woodward, and the layup is good. Ferguson, though, also with a career-high 4 steals. He had 3 at halftime now. Give him 4, and as we mentioned, Jeff, also 2 rebounds away from his first career double-double.
Having himself a career night, and you think about how he has gone about his business here at Colgate. 1,000-point scorer. He's done most of that, although this year he's been part of the starting lineup. Most of the time he's been the 6th or 7th man, and the fact that he's reached 1,000 points in his career really just a sign of what a hard worker he is and how he continues to play good basketball. Euro step from Woodward.
Jeff Woodward puts it in, and it's been a layup clinic for the Methacton Monsters so far tonight, and the Raiders romping and stomping. To be the man, you got to beat the man, Jeff, and for anybody that thought Colgate was done, well, they're putting on display tonight that I know it's early, but certainly a statement game for Colgate here tonight against the 3-0 Black Knights.
Yeah, Woodward now with 11 points, which matches the number he put up in the other Patriot League game Colgate has played against Lehigh. So back-to-back double-digit scoring nights for Woodward, and he's 1 rebound away from a double-double himself. As you take a look at the replay, from outside the three-point line all the way in with the Euro step in the finish for the big man.
Richardson clutches the basketball. Richardson, Moffitt, Cummings, Ferguson, and Woodward, the 5 on the floor for Coach Matt Langle. An uncharacteristic losing streak for the Raiders. 5 in a row to be exact. Deep 3, Ferguson almost got it to go.
Had it halfway down.
He wanted it, Jeff, and he certainly has that range and more. Peterson backing down Woodward. Woodward kind of gave him the Olay there, Jeff. I don't know if he didn't want to pick up the foul or just giving him some extra cushion on that dribble drive.
He does have 2 personal fouls, so he's okay.
69-54. Ferguson puts up with the right hand, no good. And there is rebound number 10 for Woodward, matching his career high, Jeff.
Well, a double-double for the big man. Played extensive minutes tonight for Coach Langle. Nelly on the drive and draws contact and the foul.
That's his first double-double of the season when he snagged 10 rebounds against Syracuse, Jeff. He had 9 points. So a double-double for Woodward here. Nelly Cummings with 2 shots.
Solid statistical nights. The Raiders now with 4 players in double digits, led by the 14 of Jack Ferguson. Nelly could get there as well if he can knock down 1 more free throw. And you look at the numbers that the Raiders have put up, still 1:45 remaining. None of them are eye-popping as far as the scoring column, but when you've got 4, maybe 5 players in double digits, that's a good solid night.
I know you were concerned because you put him on your prep sheet, Jeff. We do have an Abe Johnson sighting all the way from Missoula, Montana. 6'8" sophomore forward. He does usually see action. This is his 9th appearance. 6 minutes per game. 71-54, 30-27 at the half, Jeff. I don't think anybody expected blowout city here. Jack Ferguson with the steal. So why not add to his career high in steals? There's number 5, Sam Thompson, to come back into the game if there's another dead ball.
Colgate content to run some clock here on this trip.
71-54 to Woodward. Almost similar to the 77-55 scores. Oh, LD buries it right in front of the Colgate bench. 74-54 Raiders. Army West Point defeated Lehigh 77-55. Here we are, 74-54. Late basket by Small. He has a couple threes. Oliver Lynch Daniels will dribble to the scorer's table to allow 5 fresh faces into the game. Zach Light, Blake Henry, Sam Thompson.
Pearson Parker.
A Pearson Parker sighting, and
Nicholas Louis Jacques also on the
we
floor.
usually see. There's the fresh 5, Pearson Parker. Throw it to Zach Light. Henry will set a screen. Pearson Parker driving, trying to find Zach Light. Can't do it. Turnover. Army West Point the other way. Bounce pass to Liskanek. Here's right side 3. Isaiah Caldwell. A little bit off. Rebound by Thompson. And that will do it. Colgate will dribble off the clock. We will take a minute timeout. We'll be back with a post-game show after this. All Raiders in this one.